Would everyone please stand as the Salina High School Central Band and Orchestra, led by Mr. Guillermo Rodriguez and Ms. Lindsay Modine, play the national anthem. There are several honored guests that I'd like to acknowledge at this time. On the stage with me are members of the Salina USD 305 Board of Education. School Board President Jim Fletcher, Vice President Ms. Ann Zimmer, Dr. Mark Bandry, Mr. Scott Gardner, Mr. Gabe Grant, Ms. Dana Casso, and Ms. Bonnie Schallenberger. I am also joined today by Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Lynn Exline, who will also be delivering this afternoon's keynote address. Salina High School Central Senior Assistant Principal, Mr. Steve Rivers, Assistant Principal, Ms. Kelly Heisman, and our Senior Counselor, Ms. Kelly Umscheid. Seated behind our graduates this evening, you will find our incredibly talented faculty and staff. Thank you for being here today to celebrate the class of 2022. I would like to give special acknowledgement to Salina High School Central Senior Class sponsor, Dr. Kim Worth, who has played such a crucial role in making our ceremony a success. Thank you, Dr. Worth, for everything you do for this school. Life is fragile. There are several classmates who are not with us today. At this time, I invite you to join me for a moment of silence in memory of Anthony Rubicava and Wallace Sauber. Thank you. Senior band and orchestra members, please join the band for your final performance. This evening, the band and orchestra will be playing Disney film favorites. Thank you, band and orchestra members. Please return to your seats. Graduates, graduation is one of those milestones in life when previous generations want to share information with you to help you avoid some of the mistakes we have made. This afternoon, I want to share a few things I have learned with you. First, Salina Central High School has prepared you academically, socially, and emotionally for the next steps in your life, whatever they may be. In fact, you are better prepared than many previous generations because of the skills you have learned during the pandemic, such as perseverance and flexibility. Last year alone, you had to deal with 3 different bell schedules. Secondly, do not be afraid to take risks. Go ahead and apply for that job that seems out of reach. And if you fail to get that job, keep persevering. Abraham Lincoln lost 8 elections, yet still became the 16th president of the United States. Finally, be proud to be from Salina. Wherever your life takes you, you will meet people who have connections to Salina, Kansas. Thank you and best of luck in the future. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Kelly Heisman.
At this time, please welcome Ms. Rashada Smith, who will deliver the first graduate address.
Good afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to speak on such a special occasion. It truly means so much to be able to address my very own peers in the class of 2022. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'd like to thank my family, friends, teachers, counselors, administrators, mentors, coaches, and everyone else who's ever given me a nudge in the right direction. I've needed quite a few of those in my day. The attention and care you've provided will forever be appreciated, and I cannot thank you enough for that support. It's been a long road for our class, but we finally made it. Each class has its obstacles, and we had plenty ourselves. The world just decided to do a bunch of crazy historic stuff during our high school years, and it was a wild and rough ride. I want to personally congratulate every single one of you and praise you for your patience, dedication, and focus these past few years. No matter if your plan is to attend your dream college or tech school, join the workforce, fight in the armed forces, or even if you don't know yet, you have a lot to be proud of. My best advice to you is whatever you plan on doing, build confidence in yourself, your ability, and your judgment. Take up space wherever you go. Know that you matter, and when you walk into a room, you have the right to be there. The world is full of opinions, but that shouldn't stop you from presenting your true and authentic self. Although after we receive our diplomas, we won't break into song and dance like High School Musical or the flash mob we were forced to perform years ago in our glorious brick house, we'll also have one thing in common: the everlasting memories we share of Central High. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashada. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker. In 2019, Lynn Exline became the superintendent of Salina Public Schools, the state's 12th largest school district, serving approximately 7,000 students in 12 K-12 schools. Mrs. Exline earned her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from Kansas State University, completed her Master of Science in Education Administration and Leadership at Kansas State University, and earned her district leadership license from Emporia State University. Mrs. Exline attended Salina Public Schools as a child and is a Salina Central graduate. Over a span of 26 years in USD 305, she has a broad educational experience as Executive Director of School Improvement, a high school principal, Director of Staff Development and Accreditation, elementary principal, math and science, K-12 curriculum specialist, and elementary teacher. Mrs. Exline received the Kansas Thespians Conference Administrators Award in 2013, was recognized for her educational leadership by Kansas Association of Secondary School Principals Area 3 in 2012, and was selected as USD 305 Elementary Teacher of the Year in 1995. She is a relationship builder and brings inside knowledge that comes from building a family and a career within the Salina community. During her first years as superintendent, she initiated an inclusive strategic planning process involving community, students, and district staff. Additionally, her comprehensive experience in USD 305 has supported important initiatives already underway, including the Salina Virtual Innovation Academy, partnering with Kansas State University Salina to create the new Polytechnic Center for Applied Technology Studies, and debuted a Building Bridges event to collaborate with businesses and industry partners to more closely align our learning environment with what industry needs. It is my pleasure to introduce Superintendent Lynn Exline.
Good afternoon, Mustangs. I remember sitting where you are as I graduated from Salina Central. Dr. Brungart was seated nearby waiting for his diploma on that day as well. My guess is that many of your family and friends are also Mustangs. If you graduated from Central, would you stand at this time? Class of 2022, look around. You are about to join many of us who are incredibly proud to be alumni of Salina Central High School. The really special thing about CHS is what you've heard over and over. Once a Mustang, always a Mustang. As I made my way through Salina schools, some of my teachers were also your teachers. Some of my high school teachers who made a difference in my life are actually in this room with us today. I have great memories of my time at Central, from playing the flute and band and orchestra, to cheerleading, to being part of the vet squad, to singing the alma mater in the brick house after games. You will carry similar memories with you, and Central will continue to hold a special place in your life. But today marks a significant transition. It represents a transition for your parents, your families, your teachers, our district, and for you. Each class is special because of who you are as individuals and who you are collectively. Together, the class of 2022 has played some top-notch basketball. You've broken multiple school records, some of them yesterday. You've developed businesses for the Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge. You knocked it out of the park, collecting toys for the Toy-a-thon and giving to others. You brought home 70 recognitions here in the last few weeks from a technology fair. You tweeted to encourage me to cancel school, even trying flattery, which appreciated even when it didn't work. You won Jester Awards for excellence in theater. You earned top ratings for your music performance, and boy, was that gorgeous today. You won awards for your art. You felt the pain of losing classmates. You felt the joy of games in the brick house with your friends, just like I did. You joined on the court after those games to sing the alma mater. But let's not forget, you masked up, you unmasked. You went to school half-time, you went to school full-time. You went to school a few days a week, you went to school in the mornings or in the afternoon, and I bet there were times where you wondered if I would ever make up my mind about the best way to do school in a pandemic. I wondered the same thing. The amazing thing is that you stuck with us. You learned, you adapted, you dealt with what life dealt you. And now the end of high school is here. With that end, different emotions come for each of us. Some of your thoughts are undoubtedly on the transition to post-secondary school. Some of you are looking forward to a new job or a career in the military. You may be looking forward to a more relaxed schedule. I remember feeling excited but sentimental about the end of my K-12 journey. You are likely thinking today about what the future holds for you as you leave Salina Central. Perhaps you aren't thinking of anything beyond the end of my speech at this point. But I know that your parents and families are incredibly proud of the young adults you've become. The Central teachers and staff are undoubtedly excited to see where life takes you. As your superintendent, I want to talk about what strikes me about your class, though, and it's resilience. No other class has been asked to exhibit the kind of flexibility, independence, and maturity that was thrust upon you during a global pandemic. Resilience is what characterizes your class. You had opportunity after opportunity to adjust to outside demands, and you're stronger for it. Your high school years could have been defined by the pandemic, but you didn't allow that to limit your success. When I was asked to give this speech, frankly, I was surprised. Your class has felt the impact of multiple tough decisions that I've had to make because of situations that were dealt to me. There are times when life seems in control, moving along with no bumps, and then, out of nowhere, a speed bump. In some cases, it feels like a cliff. In those times, it can feel like you're simply responding to circumstances. The last few years have been a speed bump, or maybe what felt like that cliff for many of us. What I've learned is that although circumstances can be rough, you always have control over your choices. I suspect my feelings in March of 2020 are similar to what some of you are feeling today. I had no plan for detailing how to educate 7,000 students during a pandemic. What I did have, though, was a great team, teachers who were willing to adapt, a technology team who knew how to deploy one-to-one Chromebooks, and students who were willing to make the best of it. I had the pieces to figure it out, but I couldn't do it alone. So lesson number one, I want you to take with you as you leave the network of support at Salina Central is to surround yourself with people who make you better. Find people who challenge your thinking. Find those who will cheer you on, but will also have the guts to tell you when you have terrible ideas. Lesson number two. Sometimes you have to take risks and create your own path. In those times, be true to yourself. There are times when you're making decisions that others won't understand. When I took my current job, a friend gave me a small card with a speech that Teddy Roosevelt had given in 1910. I read that speech often, and I want to share that wisdom with you. He said, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." Roosevelt means take risks. Get in the arena. With risk comes great accomplishment and fulfillment. Life isn't meant to be lived from the sidelines. Know that the reactions of others aren't always about you. In fact, they rarely are. It's easy to make a decision when you aren't the one who has to make the decision. Remember that. Try something new and find out who you are. Keep pushing forward and accept that struggle and sometimes failure is part of a life well lived. If you aren't experiencing any setbacks, you really aren't living. It's okay to feel overwhelmed with the unknown. Just don't let the unknown keep you from moving forward. Lesson 3, dig deep and stretch yourself. If you had told me I would be standing in front of you speaking at a graduation when I was a high school student, I wouldn't have believed it. In fact, I probably would have felt sick to my stomach. In high school, when I was supposed to give oral presentations, I stayed home every single time. I was terrified of speaking in front of a group. So I want you to make a list of things that scare you, and I want you to be brave enough to tackle those fears, because that opens doors. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Actively seek them. Know that sometimes opportunities masquerade as challenges, sometimes as a pandemic. And finally, lesson 4. Be gentle with yourself and others. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, you can't be. You will have easy decisions and hard decisions. You're going to have easy days and hard days. Listen to your inner voice and control what you can. There are times when you're going to need to simply make the best decision you can and move forward. Most importantly, decide what you stand for and then stand for it. Advocate for others, show kindness, and in the end, be true to your own values. Your integrity is priceless. My hope is that you will come back to Salina at some point and make this your home. Our community needs strong leaders, strong parents, strong citizens. We need Salina Central Mustangs. Salina Public Schools' vision statement says that we want to transform Salina and the world. Class of 2022, through that vision, through you, that vision becomes a reality. Surround yourself with people who make you better, take risks to create your path, see opportunity and challenges, and be gentle with yourself and others. 305 grows greatness, and that greatness is you. On behalf of Salina Public Schools, boy, we look forward to seeing where that next road in life takes you. Make the world better, one action at a time. Congratulations.
Thank you, Superintendent Exline. Our final student address of the afternoon will be delivered by Mr. Joshua Warner.
Good morning, Mustangs, and please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you are a Salina Central student, you probably recognize my voice. Every morning for the past year, you've heard me utter those words, followed by what you're eating for lunch, and things that were happening at school and occasionally messing up. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Josh Warner, and just like the rest of you dressed in caps and gowns, I too am graduating. You can sit down now if you did stand up for that. Today is a day that we have been working toward for the last 4 years. All we need to do now is step on the stage and receive our diplomas. And then just like that, high school is ended. And for some of us, this may be a relief, and for others, it may be bittersweet. But I think there's one thing that we can all agree on. The past 4 years were nothing like what we expected. As I look back at our class's accomplishments, I can almost forget that COVID ever existed. We can look back with Mustang pride as the class of 2022 earned 2 state tennis titles, 2 girls' state basketball appearances, and arguably the greatest girls' basketball team this school has ever seen, a rejuvenation in our football program, several state appearances and medals from both boys and girls swimming and diving, a new school record time for cross country, mathlete medals, top honors for choir, band, and orchestra, and state championships for theater, Mustang Media, and the Pylon. Most classes can't accomplish that in 4 normal school years, let alone 2. This class is truly special, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Today, our next chapter begins. It's up to us what happens from here. Author Sam L. Parker once said, "At 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212, it boils. And with boiling water comes steam. And with steam, you can power a train. That 1 degree, that one small step, changes everything." Right now, as we await our names to be called, we are at 211 degrees. But once we get on the stage, we have achieved boiling water. And with that comes steam. And with steam, you can achieve anything. Good luck, Mustang class of 2022.
Thank you, Josh, for that excellent closing speech. Will senior members of Free Spirit please join the choir for your final performance? Today, Free Spirit will be performing "Nothing Is Gonna Stop Me" and the Alma Mater. During the singing of the Alma Mater, will the class of 2022, the Salina High School Central faculty, and every Mustang in the audience please stand?
See me fade away, no, I'm here to stay, and I'm telling you now. distant memories of Central High. Down the road of life we wander, you will always be. Central High, our alma mater, hail, oh hail to thee.
So in my remarks and Ms. Exline's remarks, we talked about this class's flexibility and adaptability. Mr. Holmquist became ill overnight, and so Ms. Modine had to fill in. Thank you, Ms. Modine, for doing that for us. And thank you, Free Spirit, for that fantastic rendition of our alma mater, and Nothing Is Going to Stop Me. It's now my pleasure to introduce Assistant Principal Mr. Steve Rivers, who will be presenting today's academic medals.
Each student that is in the top 10% of the senior class, based upon 7 semesters of weighted GPA, is wearing an academic honors medal with a maroon band. Will the top 10% of the senior class please stand and be recognized? Thank you. At this time, will the following students please stand? Charles Gobat, Aryan Kavet, and Benjamin Kraft. These students have achieved the status as the top 1% of the senior class, and today is wearing an academic honors medal and with a black band. Charles, Arian, Benjamin, we congratulate you on your tremendous compliments. Thank you.
Mrs. Exline, it is my pleasure as the principal of Salina High School Central to certify to you and the USD 305 Board of Education that each of the students before you has met the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Kansas and Salina Public Schools, USD 305. Senior class officers will be reading the names of our graduates. Please welcome Carlin Breckhausen, Ella Payne, and Beatty Baca to the stage. During the presentation of diplomas, we ask all of our guests to be considerate of all students during the reading of the names and allow each name to be heard and celebrated. Seniors, prepare to receive your diplomas.
Austin L. Adkins. Saricide Aguilar Flores. Jasmine R.L.M. Olvers. Rose Nicole Olvers. Bradley James Aiken. Daniel Neal Allen. Hannah Elizabeth Allen. Wade Alexander Allen. Drew A. Allstat. Michaela E. Anderson. Jacob J. Armstrong. Carson Elaine Arnold. Willow K. Arnold. Brianna Dallas Bagoon. Israel Joseph Barlow. Riley L. Barrett. Trayton B. Bell. Jalen Rashad Berry. Morgan K. Berryman. Jasmine Bledsoe. Ethan P. Bolin. Caitlin Marie Boats. Oriana Lee Boats. Sarah Akira Ann Bowser. David Byron Brown. Zoe K. Burmaster. Nathaniel John Kabata. Nathan J. Callahan. Tyler J. Campbell. Chandre Carter. Julian Castro. Jayshawn A. Cathy. Trinity Nicole Chance. Melissa Chavez. Damian Axel Lee Cronister. Isaac Sebastian Clark. Nicholas Joseph Clayson II. Nicholas Emery Clayton. Cooper Lee Cobb. Jesus Martin Contreras. Cassidy R. Cottingham. Dylan John Crow. Benjamin Thomas Curtis. Araceli Davila. Tyrese Wayne Davison. Isabel Oyuki de la Cruz. Sergio de la Torre. Albert A. De Leon. Ava Rose Denning. Jillian DeVoe. Lexis Alexandria DiLoretto. Gavin O. Dodge. Emily Annette Douglas. Ashley Elizabeth Drummer. Bogdan Michael Duggan. Hayden Michael Duggins.
Congratulations.
Sydney Earl Duplessis.
Congratulations.
Hadley Svea Heinbaugh Eaton. Sarah Y. Edmond.
Congratulations.
Andrew James Eichelberry.
Congratulations.
Brielle Rebecca Eland.
Congratulations.
Trinity Elizabeth Inns.
Congratulations.
Madison Lane Farthing.
Congratulations.
Andrew M. Fields.
Congratulations.
Alessandra Ava Fisher.
Congratulations.
Lexi Lorraine Fisher.
Congratulations.
Taylor Ella Marie Fishburne.
Congratulations.
Chloe Nicole Fleener. Aaron French.
Congratulations.
Isaac French.
Congratulations.
Moira Henriette Perungao Galvez. Yufan Gan.
Congratulations.
Bracy and Nicole Geringer. Mason Sean Charles Gary. Devin M. Gluckman. Charles Ryan Goldbach. Candace Marie Tan Gomendoza. Brian Gonzalez. Kason Robert Graham. Savannah Sierra Cynthia Greer. Peyton Nicole Greep. Carson Garrett Griffin. William Allen Griffith. Colton George Grogg. Alejandro Gordado. Anna Gutierrez. Gavin Michael Habitzel. Matthew L. Harder. Harper Alyssa Page Heath. Ethan J. Heiss. Kale Asher Helzer. Calvin B. Hemmer. Abigail Nicole Henning. Ethan J. Henry. Anthony Alexander Hernandez. Trenton D. Hill. Anzia Patrice Howard. Trinity Jordan Huffaker. India Aaliyah James. Allison Suzanne Jennings. Mallory Jester. Harry Fitzgerald Johnson III. Skyla Rochelle Jost. Parker H. Kavanaugh. Devonte Montreo Kime Owens. Emma K. Kelly. Jeremiah Stephen Kerr. Kristen Leanne Ketchum. Arian Kevitt. Aubrey Noel Kirst. Lena Ellen Kennard. Skylar L. Kipp. Lacey Nicole Coman. Jackson D. Colzo. Benjamin Robert Kraft. Gage Michael Kuntz. Braden Justin Lepping. Inavion Markel Lewis. Noemi Alexandra Leva. Israel Alfonso Lehman. Ryan S. Loeffler. Jennifer Lopez. Thalia S. Lopez. Logan J. Losi. Annalise Faith Laux. Kylie Nicole Luxinger. Juan Angel Luna. Rosa M. Luna Rodriguez. Tyson David Maddox. Tyler Jacob Maldonado. Lorenzo Norman Marston. Andrea A.S. Martinez. Valeria Martinez. Braden L. McKnight. Samara Means. Kelsey Taylor Mickelson. Heidi M. Middleton. Sabian Cade Mills. Micah Carl Moore. Bailey Lynn Morales. Wendy Paola Moran Moraz. Joseph Taylor Moran. Dylan Colin Moreira Perales. Christopher S. Morton. Justin Allen Murdoch. Lillian Catherine Myers.
Lucas Nutter. Mackenzie Netter. Angel Ortega. Wesley Thomas Owens. Carson William Oxendale. Keaton Oxendale. Olivia Pack. Daisy J. Palomera Fajardo. Starlet Angel Parham. Zoe Ariana Parrish. Adrian M. Petrie. Brandon Pachinla. Colin Douglas Phelps. Connor Allen Phelps. Anaya Pope Darby. Brinley Michelle Pollock. Genevieve R. Powers. Lucia Guadalupe Preciado Mercado. Andon Eric Price. Colton R. Prothrow. Nolan Jack Puckett. Javier L. Ramirez. Zabdiel Atai Ramirez Pineda. Thomas D. Ramos. Zach Ryland Redding. Hannah B. Reed. Jordan M. Rowe. Angelo Dominique Ronquillo. Chalicia Zakiah Samilton. Owen Wesley Samilton. Kana Yamilet Sandoval. Megan Lois Skates. Gracie L. Schneider. Alexander Joseph Schremer. Isabel K. Schroeder. Bethany Grace Schulte. Arceli Nicole Segura. Ethan Alexander Jones Sharpton. Alexander O. Shea. Grant William Shepard. Jesse D. Simmons. Shayla Smith. Nolan P. Sokup. Elijah William Starmer. Landry Hampton Stewart. Madison Lynn Sinram. Abigail Lynn Swanson. Cinder Toman. Carson J. Tony. Fidel Giovanni Torres. Nevaeh Renee Triplett. Jalen Alec Tyler. Ugo J. Ugarte Lara. Alexandria K. Ulrich. Carson D. Vanderbilt. Eris Lavelle Vanderford. Zane Tyler Varvel. Adam Daniel Voppel. Hayden C. Victorson. And Mariah L. Wagner. Jacob Michael Waters. Hannah Grace Watkins. Madison Rayanne Wedgwood. Cora R. White. Hampton Asher Williams. Mallory Lane Wisby. Peyton Michelle Wood. Elizabeth Marie Young. Joshua A. Zubek.
Rashada Ray Smith. Joshua John Warner. Carlin P. Breckeisen. Ella Grace Payne. Vidi Ridishbai Bhakta.
I welcome our guests to join the graduates outside the arena immediately following today's ceremony to continue the celebration. It is my honor and privilege to present to you the Salina High School Central Class of 2022. Will the class please stand? Carlin Breckeisen, Student Council President, will now preside over the changing of the tassel.
The changing of the tassel symbolizes the change from students to graduates. Class of 2022, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations, graduates.